do you think you guys made in the second half to make you guys successful?
I wouldn't say anything. Just doubling down our fundamentals and techniques, playing on the same page. I believe we shot ourselves in the foot the first half, and we all again came on the same page. The results proved themselves.
Can you walk us through that big fourth down stop in the second half?
Yeah, just trying to be the most physical team. Everybody, again, being one of 11th, doing their job, just playing to the face of the opponent, and it paid dividends right down that down.
What do you think?
Did you feel like they were going to challenge you just
Of
straight up
course.
the middle? Like,
Yeah, a big part of their game was the run game. It was around 40 attempts per game going into this one. So we knew that was going to be a pivotal part of what they do. And so, yeah, we prepared for it.
What do you think it is about Coach Lynn that allows him to make such successful second half adjustments?
He speaks for himself. He's obviously one of the smartest people in the game right now. They obviously trust us to do our job. So he always sets us up in the best position to be successful. And we just go out and play our roles.
What's Coach Henning like in those halftime situations?
Yeah, he's a very passionate individual, to say the least. So he'll get on us, make sure we're all on the same page, get us right, and then we all go out there and execute.
you guys had a major advantage in time of possession. How helpful was it for the offense to keep you guys off the field in the second half?
Yes, that's a kind of a big turnaround from last week. So obviously keep both sides of the ball kind of fresh. Defense now is on the field all the majority of the game. So get our legs back underneath us and always be able to come on the sideline and be able to make adjustments as well. And so again, we were able to do that, and the results showed for it.
What was the mindset of the defense this week in practice? How did you guys approach it after a tough loss?
Right, so we knew the deep two could be, even though the score didn't show for it last week, we had, results still show. We came out that second half last week and held our own. And we did the same thing today. So we still have confidence in the defense that we can be under Coach Lynn, under all of our coaches. And we try to showcase that every single down.
Is there a reason you can point to that in the last 2 weeks you guys have been more susceptible to big plays in the first half compared to the second?
Just not always locked in. That's what it is. Starting off slow. Obviously, we want to limit that as much as we can, but we try not to focus on that. We try to focus on the next play mentality.
Kevin Tompkins stepped up in the rotation this week. How do you
Oh, that's one of my biggest fans on this team. So obviously proud of him. Have all the confidence in the world of him, and obviously going to expect more big plays to be made down the line.
Coach Riley talked about Coach Lynn's ability to make second half adjustments, being on the defense. How have you seen him kind of handle that, or what have you noticed about him and his ability to make those adjustments?
I think I kind of touched on it. He's obviously one of the smartest in the game. He's very confident in his ability and also the defense's ability to go out there and execute. So whenever he instills that confidence to us, it's not hard to go out there and do what he tells us to do and execute.
Is there something a team can have, or just the players to know we can be a second half team, we can make adjustments, we can stay calm when things are going like that?
Sorry, can you repeat the question,
Is
sir?
there something a team can have that you can point to know we can be a second half team, we can stay calm if things are going poorly because we can turn it
To
around?
point to, I'm not sure. I mean, we've shown that last 2 games that we can do that when the time calls for it. Obviously, though, we don't want to put ourselves in the hole going forward, but we know the team we can be any given down, any given play on every single side of the ball. So we don't want to be in that position, but we've showcased that we can be a team that's very, very resilient and fight through, thick and thin.
What you talked about in the first half, I think you said the team wasn't focused early on. Are you aware of that during the first few times that you're on the field? And what does that feel like, and how does that change in the second half?
Obviously, you don't think that you're not focused going into the game, but the results show themselves. You go down, have 3 turnovers early. There's some people that are not locked in, or units that are not all on the same page. It's about that camaraderie, have that confidence, have that communication skills to get on that same page and go out there and execute.
And then in the halftime thing, does Coach Lynn tell you specific things that you messed up on, or there's just you have to just play better in general? Are there specifics he talks about?
It's Coach Lynn and Coach Riley,
Yeah.
Big motivators. And yeah, they do definitely tell us what we weren't correct on in that first half. And then we go, obviously the big change this year is having those little iPads on the sideline with us so we can see in real time what we weren't good at and able to correct it then and there.
Where was the most successful adjustment, maybe defensively, that you saw from the first half to second half?
Again, I don't really think it goes to adjustment. It just goes to someone, maybe 10 out of 11, one person not doing their job and being able to get all 11 on the same page on that sit down, and then the play shows itself.
What steps need to be taken to avoid slow starts going forward?
This same, really, I wouldn't say there's a difference to be made in practice. Got to kind of verbalize that, have a great start off hot and ready, first play mentality, And even if we do mess up, it's all about the next play. Next play is always the best play.
Nate, you and Gavin were both transfers. I'm wondering, like, how has that relationship grown with you both being starters on a defensive line?
Right, so one of the, again, oldest guys on the team. Necessarily didn't come from a winning program, but we know what it takes to be successful, I would say. So trying to instill that into a relatively younger group outside of us, just trying to be the best D-line, obviously under a great coach whose resume speaks for itself, trying to be the best D-line we could possibly be.
Thank you, Nate.
Thanks, Nate.
Thank you.